Big exciting news to start your evenings as Donald Trump gets back into the stimulus push, urging Congress to send out stimulus. And the viewers of this channel step in to urge him to do an executive order. He can do an executive order. It's the weekends. He has the money. He can send out stimulus checks right now. A single stimulus check, $5,000, could land in your bank account right now. This is incredible, great news as the president wants the stimulus to come to you this minute. Meantime, Mitch McConnell is being pushed by his own party to get a stimulus relief to you immediately, not in 5 days, not in 5 weeks, but right now, as the balance of power and the battle to get that Georgia seat is on the line. And he needs to get stimulus passed immediately, otherwise everything could go astray. It's incredible, great news, and that $2,400 for SSI, Social Security and Railroad benefits to land in your hand, an emergency stimulus check. Boy, what a great night it is, and this is Evenings LALATE. Good evening, everybody. It's Evenings LA. Thank you for joining me on a great night. It's Saturday night with a shocking, great news as Donald Trump gets back into the stimulus push, urging Congress to pass stimulus right now. And the viewers of this channel are pushing him to do executive orders, which he can. He has the money, he has the right, and it could land in your bank account in just a matter of a few days. This is categorically incredible, great news, as Mitch McConnell's under pressure to send out stimulus as well now, not later. We're going to get to these details in a second, but if you've not subscribed, please do. This is a great channel to be on. I go live, I go taped, I go inside, I go outside, I go up, I go left, and we have fun and we get pushing. And there's always a breaking development on this channel like this video today. Also, make sure you like this video and hit the alert button on the Fun's channel so you get an alert when a new video goes live, because I don't want you to miss anything on a minute's notice. In this video, I'll be going over that breaking development today as Donald Trump urges Congress to send out stimulus, but he can do it by executive orders all the way down to January of next year. He can do it right now. He's done it before, and all he has to do is put pen to paper. It's as simple as that. You would get the stimulus check right away. You would get extension of FPUC right away, and UI and PUA all expiring, the eviction moratorium, the mortgage forbearance, he could extend right away. He's done it before. He can do it again within seconds. Next, Mitch McConnell is being pushed to do stimulus right away, and the way he wants it, not the way she wants it, because you need it immediately, and he needs it to save a Georgia Senate seat. Finally, hazard pay back on. $2,400 for SSDI and SSI, emergency stimulus check that could land in your bank accounts, and $50,000 grant, $10,000 grant, hazard grant. A couple grants in this video. Boy. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here tonight is that there's renewed focus back on the man with the mission. Donald Trump can send out an executive order for stimulus right away and can do all 4 prongs: stimulus check, unemployment, eviction moratorium, and mortgage forbearance. And guess what? He's done them before. First of all, he has the money. Second of all, he has the right. And third, he has the time and the ability to do it. The stimulus check. Let's turn to that first. That's that CARES Act 1 money. That's that money at SBA. That's that PPP unused money that we talk about every day on this channel. I was the one that first brought it up. What was it? 7 weeks ago? 8 weeks ago? And it came from actually the president's own tweet at the time. I told you at the time that there was about $200 to $300 billion sitting around. And then on a Friday, no less than a few days after I said that, the president tweeted out, there's $300 billion unused PPP. Please repurpose it. You remember that tweet? Then, in about 2 weeks thereafter, Steve Mnuchin confirmed that there was an additional $500 billion sitting around additionally at SBA from unused PPP. And then Steve Mnuchin wrote the letter as well. Let's repurpose this as a stimulus check. Well, the president can do it. All he would do is write the executive order, put it pen to paper, put it on his website, and that would be done. He would call up Javita Carranza at SBA, say, send out the stimulus checks to all Americans. $5,000 in your hand. You need it right now. You need it desperately. This is not 5 months from now. This is not 5 years from now. This is not 5 weeks from now. We're not waiting to January. We're not waiting to the inauguration. We're not waiting for the Georgia Senate seats. We're doing this now. Next, unemployment benefits. Well, there's 3 prongs to that, and there's a lot to cover on it, so I'm going to do it really quickly, so stay with me. First, the president can extend FPUC again. He did it before. He did it with LWA. If he doesn't use all that $800 billion of CARES Act 1 money, he could use some of it for LWA 2.0. It's as simple as that. Second, you can get your states to extend benefits. And earlier today, I first detailed that on Morning to LA, and now the viewers are really ramping up loud and clear. Every state has the authority to extend unemployment weeks of benefits. They're all expiring in December. But the states under their constitution can extend the benefits by state inherent authority of extended benefits. They've already extended the weeks. They can do it again. So that's incredible, great news. Next, Mitch wants to give you FPUC extended, so he needs to do it right now as a standalone bill. Nothing else, not PPP, nothing else, just a standalone bill for unemployment. Additionally, if you did not watch my other videos today, I went over how you can get escalated benefits for unemployment. That's an additional $100, $200, $50, $80, $90 per week, all the way back to the day in which you started unemployment, if it was March. This could be thousands of dollars you can get from your state. So that's money you can get as well right now. You see how I'm trying to find you money? Additionally, there's $150 billion of CARES Act 1 money that's still sitting around that's being given out as grants for rent, food, eviction, stimulus, hazard pay. Go get those grants right now. That has nothing to do with Congress. It's already in the hands of cities and counties. Go get that right now. Finally, EIDL. SBA still taking EIDLs. You can go get it. If you're an Uber, Lyft driver, or a Grubhub, or an Airbnb operator, and you made $5,000 a year last year, you get $2,500. If you made $6,000, you get $3,000. If you made $8,000, you get $4,000, and you get it in 4 or 5 days. Would it be nice to just have $5,000 in your bank account in 4 days? Go get it. That's SBA.gov. Now, let's turn, that's all right now stuff. This is all right now with a big exclamation point. Right now stuff. Then, let's turn to the slightly not right now stuff. This is stuff that would be a few days from now or later next week, potentially. Mitch McConnell's under fire to really get out stimulus right now. And right now does not mean today, but could mean a few days. The reason why is there's a Senate seat. The Senate seat is actually 2 Senate seats in Georgia. And the balance of power in the Senate is dependent on those seats. He needs to win those seats. If he does not win at least one of the seats, he loses his job as majority leader. Well, the way he wins at least one seat is by doing stimulus. And the way he loses both seats is by not doing stimulus. So Mitch McConnell has to do stimulus right now to save his job. And that's what the message has to be very loud and clear. Do the stimulus right now. Standalone bill, unemployment, standalone bill, stimulus checks. Get it right now. We don't need to hear about liability insurance and all this other stuff. That's not an issue in the next 3 or 4 days. We can do liability insurance on all those lobster bills and things that you want to talk about. You can do them in a few days. We need to do this right now, and he needs to do it right now, and that would secure him a win in Georgia. Then we have everything else that is not right now, that is slightly thereafter, and that is the big, bold, beautiful stuff of Biden's proposals. First, $2,400? Yes. 20% increase on SSDI, SSI? Yes. An annual step-up increase? Yes. $50,000 loans? Grants? Yes. $10,000 grant? Yes. Let me go over each of those. First, the Biden plan has a lifeline grant of $50,000 per person. This is a $50,000 stimulus check you would get. Insane. Next, there's a $10,000 EIDL grant in the Biden plan. That's $10,000 will land in your bank. It is free money. You would not have to repay it. Wow. Next, he would get you the remainder of your $10,000 EIDL grant because Javier Carranza's gone in January. And you can get the new EIDL grant as well. Really exciting. Then, hazard pay, $10,000. You would get $10,000 as an essential worker if you worked during the pandemic all the way up to the present. That's $13 an hour from then to the present. Incredible. What else? What else? Oh, my Social Security, railroad benefits, and SSDI and SSI. Wow, you're getting not one, not two, but three provisions. One came out about 4 days ago. One came out yesterday. It's so incredible. The first one is an emergency SSDI, SSI, Social Security, railroad benefits, or veterans benefits emergency stimulus check. It would come every month, basically on top of your existing benefits. $200 additional per month until the end of December 2021, next year. $200 every month. That amounts to about $2,600 from today's date. This is money you really need. He wants you to have this money, and he urges that this money get to you. Next, he would increase your lifetime benefits, despite what's going on in COVID, to upwards of 20%. This is insane. So upwards of 20%, because he says you've been down too low and that you've not gotten the benefits of how high you should really be, that you've been tied to COLA, which he doesn't like and I don't like and you don't like. He wants to raise you up a lot, upwards of 20%. Finally, after you get all those step-ups, after you get that $2,400 or $2,600 through the end of next year, then he also wants you to be tied to a new benchmark so you get increases every year that are not dependent on COLA, cost of living adjustment. He wants it tied to a new benchmark that pays a lot more and that goes up faster. He's really working for you on that one. This is incredible, great news. Finally, FPUC, UI, PUA needs to be extended, all expiring in late December, with exception of FPUC, which expired in July. And your states can extend the benefits, which what's called extended benefits, but the FPUC, that's a federal instrument. States can't do anything with the FPUC. FPUC goes on top of the UI and on top of the PUA. If Mitch or Donald extend by executive order or by bill UI and PUA, you still need an agreement on FPUC. Well, under Biden, you would get $600 a week. Under Mitch right now, you get $300 a week. But the bottom line is $300 now is better than zero. $300 a week now is better than zero. So that is how we break it down for money right now, right this minute, money in a few days potentially, and then money a little bit further out. And what's also further out? A stimulus check every month. A stimulus check every month, $2,000 every month for 6 months until the pandemic ends or unemployment goes away, and both in most versions of the bill. And guess what? That would be categorically needed. The pandemic's not expected to go away until, middle of next year. So this is money you would absolutely need. Finally, when we're looking at money that you can get right now, understand that retroactive benefits for your state, for unemployment, you can get right now. EIDL, you can get right now. Escalated benefits, where you raise your unemployment benefits, you can get that right now. CARES Act 1 money, that's grants, rent, eviction, rent, and all those other things, student stimulus checks, you can get that right now. Finally, there's two other executive orders the president can do, which I forgot to mention earlier, and I always try to remember them, and unfortunately I forgot them early in this video. The president can do an executive order right now for an eviction protection and mortgage forbearance. He's done those before. He did them the same day he did the LWA, unemployment executive order. The executive order he created for eviction protection expires in December. The one he created for mortgage forbearance expires in December. So he needs to just go put pen to paper and write those two executive orders right now. And by doing that, you would have the protection of not being evicted during the pandemic, not being foreclosed upon during the pandemic, and getting a stimulus check and not losing unemployment benefits during the pandemic. It's categorically incredible, great news. And that's why we remain focused on this and more. You know, in the comments I saw yesterday, in the comments I saw the day before, people were saying, what's now, what's then, what's there? And that's why I'm trying to really make it simple for you and categorically clear of what's available right now, shortly after right now, and a little bit thereafter. The thing that is the farthest out into the future, let me tell you that one. And that one would potentially be hazard pay. Because hazard pay requires them to set up the hazard pay program, requires you to apply to the hazard pay program, requires them to approve it, and requires them to send it to you. Anything that is that involved takes more time. The thing that takes the least amount of time is an executive order. He signs it, he writes it, he calls the agency up on the phone, and less than 10 days thereafter, you have the money if you're set up for electronic receipt by SSDI, SSI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, or you get electronic payments from the IRS, or you pay them your bill for the IRS electronically. That is the fastest of all the provisions out there. The next fastest, of course, is unemployment, or any grants that are out there, or anything that you're applying for right now. And I actually have to correct myself. EIDL is actually faster than executive orders. EIDL, I've had viewers that have contacted me at 6 o'clock at night. I went through their application when I was a smaller channel, and went through their application, and the next morning they were approved. And I think it was within 48 hours, they had their money. So I've had viewers that have gotten literally in hand their EIDL money within about 3 days after applying. And I'm not unusual. There's a lot of cases like that. That's how we're going to get through this pandemic together. Finding the money you can get right now, finding more money right after that, and getting the money after that as well. It's incredible, great. I'm going to remain focused. I thank you for tuning in. Join me tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for early mornings at LALATE, and at 6:30 a.m. thereafter for part 2 at the bottom of the hour. As always, go to the front channel, subscribe. Subscribe because we're going to get through this pandemic together. Also like this video. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay in that light for more.